I knew that when I got here, I'd see a bunch of people with gray hair. I've got my own share. But it's fun to realize how relationships endure, and you just carry on from when you last saw each other. And it's just wonderful to feel that there is still the friendship that we nurtured and enjoyed in high school. I think that people that don't show up at reunions like this don't realize that is so. You know, that the relationships do endure. They're wonderful. And I say relationships are everything. It's the only thing they'll take with us when we die. We can't take any of the money, we can't take any of they'll take our knowledge and they'll take our relationships. So that's why it's so important to nurture them and to maintain these things with our friends and family. And our friendships are wonderful to me, and it's just great to be here with you tonight.
John used to play tackle in front of me for Provo High. Why did you miss that block? Or where they hurt me? Which one?
Yeah. Things really haven't changed much. Things really haven't changed much. I'm still in trouble most of the time. My wife's bailing me out. That's one great thing about it. I have to fantastic wife. Spoiled me rotten. Anyhow, luckily I graduated with the rest of you. If Rover would have had his way, I wouldn't have graduated that night. But I threatened him. I told him I'd be back next year, so I put my name down.
In Preston Rigby's art class of 57. And if I had been brave enough to sing a solo, I was in an all-girl glee class, but they changed me in the middle of the year because I wasn't brave enough to sing a solo. And that's where I met my sweetheart. And my father, that was born 102 years ago in Springville, told the whole world at our reception that his daughter had gone with the wind. And I am she, and this is he. We have one child and two grandsons that are, oh boy, yeah, you have to stay young to be.
You want me to hold it up? Oh, Velma said I'm to say, Nancy May, born in May, married in May, had a child in May, died in May, right? Velma didn't finish that end of it. Yeah, Velma always tells me that poem when she sees me. We live in Leeds, which is about 8 miles from St. George. Only we live in a nice little pretty place. We have our horses there, and we have a pretty little spot next to the mountain, and we just really enjoy it there. It's a nice place. It reminds us of Mapleton when we first lived there, which doesn't seem like Mapleton anymore. We've had 6 children and grandchildren. We still work 60 hours a week. We don't know what retirement is, and everybody kept talking about retirement on the internet. I kept thinking, what does that mean? So I looked it up in the dictionary, and it means people who stop working due to advanced age. And so I decided I am not as old as all of you. Because I can't seem to quit working as much as I'd like to.
You just need to read.
Really to read through some of the biographies, but you know, I've wondered about a couple biographies he might have missed. There might be a few. Somebody owns a Corvette out here. Are they willing to admit to that? Well, I don't think that's my brother Mike's Corvette, but let me tell you this story. He was kind of having this, midlife crisis, so he bought this Corvette. And he had to go out and try it. So he heads on down the highway, and he's going about 80, and a state trooper pulls up behind him. And speeds up about 10 miles an hour faster. State trooper stays right with him. He gets to 100. Trooper stays with him. He goes to 120. Stays right with him. He thinks, boy, I better pull over. So he pulls over and has a little conversation for a few minutes. And the state trooper says to him, well, I'll tell you what. If you can give me a good reason you were driving that fast, I might let you go. He said, well, I'll tell you what, about 6 months ago, my wife ran away with a state trooper, and I thought you were bringing her back. I think it's right. Hey, we all know how great a guy Brent Dixon is, you know, but he's got some past that he hasn't told us about and that David missed, you know. Used to be that he used to go into the bar every night, order 3 drinks. Go in and say, I want one for myself, this one's for my brother, this one's for my other brother. And he did that every night almost. He'd go in and see this bartender and he'd say, Joe, need 3 drinks. One day, he walks into the bar. He says, I need 2 drinks tonight. The bartender says, oh no. Oh no, Brent, what happened? One of your brothers passed away? He said, no, I joined the Mormon church, but my brothers didn't. We've got one other classmate. We'll have to figure out who this is. But somebody who was a good churchgoer. He took his wife and his mother-in-law on a vacation to the Holy Land. While they were there, his mother-in-law passed away. The undertaker comes to him and says, got 2 choices. We can fly your mother-in-law home for about $5,000, or we can bury her here for about $150. What would you like to do? So this guy thinks about it for a few minutes. He says, fly her back to the States. The undertaker, a little puzzled, said, what? I don't understand. You could bury her here in the Holy Land, this beautiful country, and save almost $5,000. Why wouldn't you do that? Says, well, about 2,000 years ago, a guy died over here and was buried, and the 3rd day he rose from the dead, and I just can't take that chance. But I think he was in southern Missouri, down near the Bootville country. He had 6 kids. Right, he just didn't want any more. So he goes to the doctor. He says, hey doc, you got to help me. I can't have no more damn kids. I can't afford any more kids. I just can't have any more. I don't have any money. I just work at the still up the road just a bit up there. Spends all my money on the white juice. I just can't have no more kids, doc. You got to help me. Well, I ain't got no money and I ain't got no insurance. Doctor thinks for just a few minutes. Says, tell you what you do. You go down to the hardware store in Arkansas, buy one of those big cherry bombs like they make in southern Oklahoma and Texas. You take it home, light it, and count to 10. I think that'll take care of your problem. So he goes home, takes his cherry bomb, gets a match, holds the cherry bomb, lights it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Hey guys, it's great to be with you.
I didn't know that Mac was there when all that was going on. Mac, what were you doing in the bar there with us all? You know, looking around at you guys, it reminds me, I used to home teach an elderly lady, and she was getting old, and she couldn't hardly live on her own. So one day, we took her down and took her to this rest home, this old folks home. It's called assisted care. And she went in and we looked around and everything, and she came out and I said, well, what do you think? She said, I don't want to go there. There's a whole lot of old people there. It kind of reminds me of this reunion. But we do want to be here, don't we? I just want to, I guess I'll take just a second to tell a little bit about our lives. Janelle always gets after me because I don't tell a little bit. We're probably the longest married people here. We were married between our junior and senior year. We had our 50th anniversary last summer. Had a wonderful party with kids and all. We're very happily married and grateful for that. And when I come back here, I think of all you guys, and what a good time we had in Provo High. Good teachers, good friends,